Yeah, so this is a old Pace camper, pretty cheap. I bought it in '99, and then used it for hauling a bunch of junk. It's like a 10 foot by 6 foot wide, and it's only like 5'3" tall. But I had to replace the deck in it. I figured I'd do something a little different from the last time, so I kind of turned it into a micro hauler slash camper because I do a lot of hunting and been caught out in the snow a couple times in a tent, and it kind of stinks. So I was like, I wanted to make a little cruiser that I could rip up to Colorado and not rough it as much as you would in a tent. But from the outside, I didn't want to put any windows in the side because I wanted to be kind of stealth in case I wanted to crash or sleep in a parking lot or something. It wouldn't draw too much attention. But I can run LP propane from the front, and I put just an old hitch rack on the back here for extra stuff. Up top you can see like a camper antenna that just sticks onto the tin up there, and I can, when I'm traveling, I just throw it inside. But basically what I did was I ripped the floor out. I put some really good marine grade plywood in there that's pressure treated, redid all the flooring, and then put a 2-part epoxy. If you lift the rug up here, there's a 2-part epoxy in there with a flake on top of it. And then obviously I kind of pimped it out just for sleeping, so I got some remnant carpets in there with some padding. And then I pulled all the old Luan out and I put the pink foam. So the walls, I've got 1.25 inch foam underneath the Luan. On the ceiling, I got 2-inch foam. And then underneath the trailer, I put 2-inch foam. And then I used like this, if you look underneath, you'll see pink foam down there. I basically took
underneath the camper?
Yeah, there's 2-inch foam down there. And then I ran out of the big disc washer, so all I did was took old totes and used a hole saw and just punched circles and used those for plastic retaining washers. And that's all liquid nailed, glued up there too. But if you come inside, like for this radius edge, all I did was bent a piece of plastic in there, and then there's LED strip lighting that runs on top of a little angle iron piece of aluminum. That's what I did there. The skylight is an old wind turbine window.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then for mosquito netting, I just took a piece of scrap foam, and then put some netting in there, and you can snap that in like right into the hole there. Or if you want it blacked out, you can use this one, and then you just basically pick your poison. And then because it's so small, I got hooks everywhere, so you can hang stuff, and then I got netting so you can tuck stuff behind it.
Maybe talk about this stuff too.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I got a TV with DVD. I got that antenna up there with a booster, so I can pick like regular channels that are just out on the airways. It's really easy to hook up. Got a bunch of hooks. This is just pallet wood, nothing fancy. I was gonna put shelf doors on it, but I was like, wanted to keep it as light as possible, so I put like a lip on every compartment, you know. There's a garden hose. That's if I want water and stuff in here, an extension cord, all that kind of stuff. I got a little sink here. All that sink is a stainless steel salad bowl. And then this is a USB powered dealy bob you put on top of like a water bottle. Like you can actually mount that on top of a 5-gallon drinking water bottle like that, and it'll drain like 3 or 4 of those on one charge. But you just touch the top of it, and it runs water like that. You can plug it and wash up or whatever. And then I left enough extension that if you wanted to take it outside and wash your face or something outside, you could. But there's just a little marine battery with an inverter here. And then that water gets pulled out of here, fire extinguisher, and then I just got a piece of conduit goes through my insulation to the floor that I can run my LP in here if I want to run heat, or I can run, if I don't want to run off the batteries, I can run an extension cord and just go right to this power strip right here. It's really basic, you know, nothing fancy. I mean, this is a snow marker, you know, for marking your driveway. And I just took a piece of cloth and stitched it up, and then you just bend it so it snaps into these holes. Kind of makes it a little prettier, so you're not looking at that.
Oh, you got it at the bottom too.
Yeah, I got it at the bottom. Yep.
Nice.
And then back there, I got somewhere back in here, I got spare bearings for the wheels outside in case I run into trouble on the road. I can rebuild my hubs.
Yeah, this is probably the most impressive part. Now, what about some of the stuff you have on the walls? Looks like you put like netting up and stuff.
Yeah, that's just like cargo netting. I just strung that out. Well, there you can see there's hooks every bit. You know, the secret to a little living space to get everything off the floor. So I can tuck t-shirts and junk behind it. And anything I want to get up off the ground, you know. And it's still, like I can still haul my four-wheeler. This racking you can snap hooks into and for ratcheting down four-wheelers and stuff like that. So it's still, you know, I can drop the back tailgate, which is a ramp, and still run a four-wheeler up in here. And then, you know, so it's pretty bare bones, but it's super comfy. I mean, I've taken it everywhere. I've been in it in the middle of the winter, and I've been in it in the middle of the summer. Then I got just creature features everywhere. Like there's a hammock, some, you know, utensils, and I got, like I said, a garden hose and hookups and salt and pepper and, you know, spare fuses and little, this is so you can transfer LP from a 25 pounder to 1 pounder, so I can fill little 1 pounders up if I needed to, you know, and everything's, you know, I can charge, you know, a cell phone, you know, JBL speaker. I can run, I got a 12 volt fan I can run off of here, and then, or if I'm hooked up to a power, I can run a 120. And then these just, they're older emergency boxes. They stack. They're really good for bringing pots and pans and stuff like that, you know. Some shelving up here. That's all pallet wood pretty much and trimmings, so really don't have a lot in it. But
Anything else?
well, outside, yeah, that's pretty much a solar motion sensor walkway light, so you get exterior light. Nothing too fancy, but yeah, it's pretty down and dirty. The doors, I had to pull the door apart, and I could only get 1-inch insulation in the door. Then I just pop riveted a bungee cord and took a little piece of channel, and that holds the door open. Yeah, nothing fancy.
You looking to sell this thing or what?
I might, and then I'll just build another one. I'm not ready to let it go yet because I don't have time for project work, but yeah, maybe I'd like to do one with solar panels and stuff like that. But
yeah, that'd be cool.
that's pretty much, that was a floor replacement gone wild pretty much. It was supposed to just be fix the floor, and then it kind of turned into like a micro camper. But it gets a lot of use.
Yeah, pretty dope, Dad.
Yeah. Cheap traveling.
More cool stuff coming soon, right?
Right. You got it.